Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be checking out two IPOs that are going to be hitting the market next week. Exactly what this looks like on my end, because I have not seen a video that actually addresses this on YouTube. So let's dive right in. Obviously, this is on the Robinhood platform. So I went ahead and I requested the prices per share. So it's going to range between $18 to $20. So we can see the initial filing here and the roadmap of where this is actually going to go. You can click on this to view more. We can see the price is going to be $18 to $20, and of course the final price will be finalized next week. And of course we are expecting this on 9/11/2025. Obviously it's a sad day in our country, but we're going to get a new IPO on that day. So I wanted to show you, I went ahead and requested this on September 3rd, which was yesterday, and I went ahead and did 75 shares. I requested that. Again, this is random allocation if you're unsure of how that actually will work. I put 1,800 into this and I submitted obviously yesterday on September 3rd, 2025. And we can see right here, max price per share could be $24. And right here, there is a note. It says there is no guarantee that this order will execute. You may receive less than your request or none at all. Of course, that happened with the Figma IPO. I did a video on that with one share and that's it, which was pretty disappointing. We can see a little bit about this company. It's not that big of a company. It has 530 employees, but it's nice to see that they're IPOing and they were founded in 2018. We can see that, technology company, and so we'll see what happens. They're a leading trader and investment companies, so we'll see how it goes. And then there is one more company that we're going to dive into right now for a pre-IPO. So here's my next one. Again, another IPO going to be hitting the market on 9/10/2025. So one day before. Here's what we can see is obviously we already went through the initial roadmap, right? Initial filing, price range is going to be a little more expensive at $35, $37 a share. I went ahead and requested 19 shares. We can see I put $843.60 on that. And of course, a max price per share could be $44.40. Of course, that will change as we go into market open next week. And we can see a little bit about the company, not as much listed. We'll see how it goes on 9/10. Something I did want to mention here is that when you go ahead and get these IPOs, something to note is that it is nice to take profits at the beginning, but you may get a 60-day ban depending on if Robinhood, views this as you are flipping something. So keep that in mind. There's a few more things I actually want to talk to you about, updates on my portfolio. So let's dive right into that right now. So the next stock I want to talk about here is Open. I did a video, just about a week ago on this, and I wanted to talk to you all about how the price has been surging. Of course, the market is still going. It's after hours trading on the moment on the 4th of September, but here is what's going on. So we're at, like I said, $6, basically $6.01 a share. And, it is continuing to skyrocket, right? Like I said, I didn't put too much money in here. Still likely going to do some call options, but I was weighing the odds the other day. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, total return is 28.022%. Actually just changed real time right there. You can see my average cost was $4.69. I own a few shares here. So the value continues to go up. Like I had said, the most impressive thing about this specific company is they're actually turning a profit. Look at that staggering year-to-date performance, 269.83%. That is impressive. And then of course the past year, 216. The max time frame is where it gets a little disappointing. It was as high as $28.02 a share. Like I had mentioned in my previous video, if you guys are unaware of what this company does, you can just read it right down here. They're residential properties and they're online. So that is a unique aspect. I don't believe any other company actually does what Open Door Technologies do. I like that in that aspect. Of course, we can come down here and look at their profitability. They are starting to turn a profit, which is nice to see. And that is why people are saying to go ahead and buy this. But we'll see in the long term. It's just something that I'm keeping my eyes on. And for my community here, I want to let you all know. And we're going to dive into the next stock that I'm watching right now. The next stock, of course, that I have been talking about is Robinhood Markets. So ticker symbol is HOOD, HOOD. I have been a long-term shareholder in this company and I don't have too many shares in it because this is just fun. But what I like to see about this specific company is that it continues to grow at a staggering pace. The revenue that this company is generating is insane. And of course, the percentage of return is also insane, 166.58%. And we can see as that continues to change, we were almost up 200% here, back here in, around August 8th. Impressive returns. I'm sure we're going to hit a 200% return almost likely on this just because of so much growth from Robinhood. And I love to see it. I own 14 shares shares in it. And of course, we can see my average price was $87. Like I said, I always like to be transparent with all of you and come down here to the very bottom, and you can see when I was actually buying those back in July. So company I am excited for, and I hope this company continues to skyrocket. Of course, we'll see what happens in the long term. Anyway, let me know if you have any more questions, or you want to talk about a specific stock or some pre-IPO names that Robinhood is dropping. As always, thank you for the support, and I will see you in the next video.